All right, so next up we have Loretta Fulton. She is a veteran journalist with more than 25 years' experience in writing about religion and spirituality issues in the media.
My book, Dr. Bob, was published in 2023 by Hardin-Simmons University. I first met Bob Barnes many years ago when I was the religion and higher education writer at the Reporter News. I got a news release one day about Dr. Barnes, a professor at Hardin-Simmons, being re-elected president of the International Viktor Frankl Institute of Logotherapy. How did a professor at a university in Abilene, Texas, become president of an international institute based in Austria? I made an appointment with Dr. Barnes to find out. I not only got a good story, but I also gained a new friend. Actually, two friends, Bob and his wife, Dorothy, who also taught at Hardin-Simmons. Dorothy died July 14th of this year at age 90. Bob began life with 2 strikes against him. His mother died less than a month after he was born in Adrian, Michigan, on April 8, 1937. At age 13 in 1950, Bob contracted polio. He was determined not to let either misfortune define his life. He overcame one challenge after another and eventually landed at Hardin-Simmons, where he and Dorothy taught for many years. They had met at Tyler Street Methodist Church in Dallas when Bob worked there. They made their way to Abilene in 1968 when Bob was hired as Director of Christian Education at St. Paul United Methodist Church. They left in 1972 when both were accepted into doctoral programs at the University of Georgia. After a stop at what was then West Texas State University in Canyon, Bob was hired at Hardin-Simmons University, and eventually Dorothy joined the faculty there too. Besides creating the Department of Counseling and Human Development at HSU, Bob served for 28 years as president of the Viktor Frankl Institute of Logotherapy, a meaning-based form of psychotherapy. Bob first heard of Frankl and logotherapy from a flyer that arrived in the mail at his office. He was intrigued enough to attend the 5th World Congress of Frankl's Institute that met in San Francisco in 1984. In 1993, Bob was elected president, a position he would hold until his death in 2021. According to former Hardin-Simmons colleague, Dr. Chris McNair, Bob was destined to discover logotherapy and be the face of the Institute for nearly 3 decades. He was living it before he knew what it meant, McNair said. Bob Barnes was the literal and figurative face of the Institute, the very embodiment of logotherapy, which places an emphasis on finding meaning as a means of facing any situation. Thank you.